Well, hello, and welcome to today's flight. Hey, Nihar is already here. First of all, let me welcome everyone. I don't know who are watching, but this is gonna be a lovely flight. This I had planned for a little while. It's gonna be flying the Beluga XL, which is a really interesting airplane, and I just learned a lot about it in the last week. Thanks to a couple of friends who were kind enough to share a lot of info about this airplane, about how it was built, about how it serves Airbus. And by the way, its younger sibling, the Beluga XT, which is also a pretty interesting looking airplane, has now doing services for airlines and air services all around the world. So once again, welcome to this lovely flight where today the first sector, which is turning out to be a pretty long one, from Hamburg to Toulouse. We're going to be shipping in some fuselage hunks from Hamburg to Toulouse. Toulouse is the final assembly line. Hamburg is also one, by the way, but we're going to be shipping in some hulls for the 320. And the next sector was supposed to be Liverpool to Toulouse, but the turnaround just becomes a little too difficult when you have to respawn at Liverpool. So we're going to be shipping in some wings from Toulouse to Liverpool, which is basically the sector that is done on the reverse order. The 350 wings, 320 wings, pretty much all Airbus wings are made in Chester. It's a small town close to Liverpool. It's actually made in Filton, and so we're gonna simulate something like that, getting the wings in from the factory there. Unfortunately, Chester is not available in MSFS, at least a decent one. So I chose Liverpool, which is a close enough airport. Nihar, hi, welcome. Ajay. This did not get decided. I just got up and I thought, why not? So here we are. Here we are. Sweet. I have just generated my flight plan. In fact, I've just spawned in here. Let's see where we get started at. All right, so this is the lovely airplane, the Beluga XT. This is sorry, the Beluga XL. The XT was its younger brother. This airplane is actually a derivative of the 330. So Airbus procured five. Initially, the program was for five, and then obviously, if you see this big number right in front, the number six, it got evolved, and now we have a sixth Beluga XL. So they procured five, and then plus one, so six 330s from actually airlines that were actually operating this airplane in various avatars. Some have worked and been passenger airplanes. Some have, been flying for many years and then grounded because of natural calamities and stuff like that. So they procured this airplane. Obviously, you can see this huge modification that they've done, made this into a huge airplane. Quite a bit of modification on the front side to get this kind of an accommodation done, and modified the tail section quite a bit. As you can see, you don't have these fins in the regular 330. And what we get here is one of the sorry, not one of the world, the world's largest cargo carrier. In fact, it is so huge, the cargo volume, it may not have the weight capacity because I remember only two engines and a 330 derivative, but the volume is big enough that it could actually fold up and carry a 747 inside it, and there'll be enough space for another 320 to go in. That's how huge the volume is. And what is really impressive is INI has done a beautiful job of making this airplane for us. Um, uh, and you can actually open up quite a bit of stuff, and I will show you inside how um, the whole thing looks like. I should not have parked here now that I realize, because if I want to load cargo, I need the space up front of mine a little clear. But I'm gonna have to figure this out on the go. But yeah, let's go. Let me quickly go into the walk around mode. Let me get the oopsie, the chocks off. Let me get the covers off here, and yeah, the tags. All right, the captain standby, pitot statics look good. If you see, the fuselage is the 330 fuselage all the way till this line, which is a frame section, which I was told. Damn, you thought you were being sneaky flying alone. Never know the negative side of me. I am not that famous. The guy who just commented is really famous. Hello, sir. Can I play this game on mobile? I am pretty sure. By the way, there is a really interesting one, cheeky man. There is a really interesting flight sim for mobile that has come out, which is called Aerofly FS. My nephew was just playing it the other day, and dude, I am impressed. If you think what we are flying in the FS 2024 is good, you should definitely check out the one on the mobile one. I mean, for a mobile device, that thing is impressive. Anyway, so yeah, this is seriously. I mean, this is the frame section where they had to kind of deform the nose and get it down, and I'll explain the reason why they had to do that. You get some nice badging of the XL to make sure, because not a standard pushback truck is compatible with this airplane because of its weird nose length. Um, if you notice, the nose is actually pretty close to the ground. And if you think this is close, this airplane actually sits down. Uh, so the game is turning. Please take the gamers. Oh, I should check this. Absolutely, you should. So the nose can, in fact, even get down further to such an extent that this is approximately just about 10 to 15 inches off the ground. The exact number is somewhere like 15, but the airplane actually sits down to haul in some cargo, and that is really impressive. One of the reasons that they had to also do this is because the 330 does not sit flat. The 330 sits at an angle facing nose down, so this nose had to be got down, and the nose landing gear was slightly modified to get the nose back up, so as to get a flat loading cargo. What's also impressive is this airplane does not, if you, these are the cutout lines in case of an emergency. You're supposed to strike here and brake to gain entry to the fuselage. This is not a passenger plane. The only passengers, so the area up ahead, the area up above is not pressurized. This bloated section here is the only pressurized section, and because of which passengers, I mean, which are not allowed to carry in cargo planes, but if any, are only allowed to be here. So this is the small section. Remember, they don't even get a window per se, so they just sit here for a little while till they figure this out. These are all vents that are required for pressurizing and depressurizing the airplane as it climbs and descends. Really impressive stuff that they had to come up with these do not exist on the existing 330. These were all made specifically for this airplane. These are the standard Rolls-Royce engines. Fun fact, Rolls-Royce was uh, the first ever time Rolls-Royce ever merged and worked with Airbus was these engines on the 330. These are still carried forward with us on the newer fleets. Obviously, the 350 being exclusive with GE for now, but other airplanes that Airbus flies has. In fact, the 330, sorry, is an exclusive Rolls-Royce as of now. The Trent option only is the one that is available. Here's an interesting bit. You see this little circle up at the tail? This feature was there in some of the other 330s as well, but does not exist anymore. I mean, it's a customer option, and not many people have actually taken this up. But this is actually a tail skid indicator, and what it does is, anytime an airplane, if anytime an airplane has a tail skid, a tail strike, the airplane will. Nali has actually posted it. All right. Anytime the airplane has a tail strike, there is a little sensor here that's triggered, telling the crew that they've had a tail strike. So this was a feature that was introduced on this airplane, not exactly on the XL, but on the 330, which was really impressive and required because there was no way for crew to confirm that they've had a tail strike. It was always a, a show and tell, either by an external source or from the cabin crew or something, that we possibly might have touched the tail. This was one of the first sure confirmations about the tail strike, and this is really impressive because when this was made, there was no technology like that. Obviously, the 777 now has a virtual tail skid. If you guys want to know about it, we can probably talk about it later on, what a virtual tail skid is. That's the standard 330 stab there, slightly modified to increase, so that it's not a straight one. It actually bulges out here. This is increased to increase some span airflow, and the big fin to provide it more stability. This airplane is so wide up in the front One of the problems that it has is there is not enough airflow going to the main rudder. And remember, a rudder is very important and a crucial section for maintaining lateral stability. Sorry, horizontal stability. So they had to introduce these fins. Obviously, they do not turn; they are fixed. They're like a winglet that is attached there. They're like a straight wing. They just get here and provide stability in trying to provide straight flight. Obviously, if they lose an engine, there is enough rudder travel here to give you that kind of a movement. So that's the lovely Beluga XL. Let me hop in inside really quick and try and see. Oh, I've not even powered it up. All right, let's see. Let's get the batteries going. Remember, it's a standard 330, so 3 batteries that power the airplane. The APU is a separate battery in itself. Let's get the externals going. Let's wait for the FWC checks to finish. In the meanwhile, since I have drawn in the flight plan, Simbrief ID. Ah, crap. I thought I had just done this, man. I just did this the other day. Can you now get in? It did. So Airbus 981. I just chose this number. I just like it. I don't know why. Let's get the OFP. So yeah, we're flying from Hamburg to Toulouse, which is Blagnac. We're going to be covering this flight in approximately 2 hours and some 4:45. That's our block there. Where's the time given? It's somewhere over here. Trent 700. I like that they've given the cost index as 0 because you got to be an efficient flight. And this is the total block that they're estimating. So 290 and 310 is the altitude that they've given us. The seat is not mentioned. Oops. Yeah, there it is. So trip of 2 hours and 7 minutes into Toulouse, or alternate is POD. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I didn't know it was all auto-generated, which is about 40 minutes away, giving us a total fuel today of 26.2 tons. So this is what you will notice. For such a short flight of just 2 hours, 26.2 tons is quite a lot of fuel. Remember, this airplane is not meant for efficiency. Although the cargo that it carries, it is the biggest cargo that it will carry for the amount of fuel that it burns. So that is an impressive sight. Payload. Let's do Simbrief. And then we can just go apply load, so we don't have to worry about it. Or we can actually go and open the cargo load, and this is where it gets interesting. So the airplane, oopsie, I think I need to power the hydraulics for this, or does it do it on its own? I think it should do it on its own. Did it? Nope, it did not. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out on the go here. It should have opened it. That is interesting. Let me actually quickly go and start my APU. Maybe that is the problem here. Maybe it does require quite a bit of power. Because remember, this entire door is a hydraulic door. And check this out. This is the lovely livery that they made. They extended the slutty eyebrow all the way and then made an eye here to make it look like a beluga. That is not the registration of this airplane. Alpha 6 ZPF is, I don't know what airplane, but for some reason MSFS just loves to put that registration on every airplane. The airplane is actually Foxtrot GXLO. XL Oscar is the number of. So this was supposed to be Oscar, but then they now decided to put numbers here instead of the big letters like Iran Air. And the beating heart of Airbus. One of the reasons they call this is because this is so important. for Airbus, this airplane, and then the journey that it does, because this is the airplane that pretty much builds Airbus, and how that entire company works in trying to get multiple countries and entities to contribute and make airplanes for them at such a fantastic rate. I mean, it's in it the whole. If you guys, if you guys are master students, you will learn something like just on time deliveries. These guys are masters of. They were the first in aviation to, in fact, implement that kind of a system of having this, and this equipment here was almost a necessity for them to have that kind of deliveries possible. The younger sibling worked tirelessly for so many years. They also use the Guppy, which is made by Boeing, which is a propeller-driven super transporter. They call them super transporters because of the super size they carry, and nothing because of the super weight that they carry, unlike the super that we call the 380. But the super transporter that Guppy was, and then they evolved it into the A300 and made it the Beluga. And today we have the Beluga XL, which is a derivative of 330. Eventually, and here's my guess, and I am really crossing my fingers, one day there's going to be a Beluga double XL, which is going to be a 350 variant, and it's going to carry probably more than a few fuselage variants into the cargo. All right, let's see if we can now finally ground. Can we open the front cargo, please? Yes, finally we are opening the front cargo, and while it opens, I want to show you a fantastic view of what's inside. I've been informed, I don't have a reference for it. Just this door, just this huge section of the door, which is by the way reinforced in many ways, weighs close to about 10 tons. Just this door. So that'll take a little while before it loads up because it's heavy. And remember, it's all the hydraulics in the airplane. It's the standard hydraulic system of a 330. They haven't modified too much on the hydraulic system, lifting this huge ass door. The weather in Hamburg is not looking the best. Well, we should be able to fly out. So check this out, this huge cargo volume that they've made. This carries about 2 fuselages of the 320, 2 wings of a 350, which is pretty much the length of a 350. It can carry a whole bunch of other things if it was available to other customers. Unfortunately, this XL is not available to other customers. It is only for Airbus to deliver its products. Eventually, I'm pretty sure they will allow people to use it. And yeah, if you notice, that is the original 330 fuselage. So if I zoom in, I can't zoom in any further. That's the extension that they've made. Obviously, it is not a fixed extension. It comes in, and it actually is not a straight extension. It in fact even bulges out even further. These colors, I was asked why is it this color, and the answer I was given was for no specific reason. It is this color because I mean it's just the internal color of the metal. The color does define the material strength that they've used, but that's about it. There is no specific definition as to why this color was like this. These are the rails that use. In fact, let me actually now go payload. Was it payload or cargo? Yeah, this one. So start the load. So now if you notice, well, I'm hoping it's gonna come in from the terminal, and let me find a nice angle for you to see. This whole trussel will get connected to the airplane. The airplane actually sits down just a tad bit, and you will have the 320 fuselages entering the airplane, and they fit so comfortably that there is space in fact around them and in and around them for you to walk quite comfortably. So that's how wide the whole fuselage section is. The throttle gets connected to the airplane physically, and then they just roll in, and these rails provide them guidance all the way. Interestingly, this is MSN 5678 and 5679. One of these is actually in India. I mean, check that out. So there is so much room remaining, and that's where this airplane, like if you think this was a tight fit, in no way. It can carry cargo that is way bigger than the fuselage of a 320. Again, those are margins that they've kept for maybe future use when they make the next iteration of this airplane. The fuselage may be just a tad bit bigger, but look at the room. There are two half fuselages, or maybe one full fuselage length of a 320, and that's the room that you get around the airplane. So I mean, talk about a super transporter. You don't get anything bigger than this huge piece of airplane. Just pretty amazing. All right, since we have that going, and I can see the throttle coming down, I can maybe start doing my scan and flows. Ground control is here. Oh, sorry, it's already in auto. Let's get the irises running. That's all right. Let's get the strobes to auto, nav logo to 1. Seatbelt signs and snow smoking is on. We can get the externals off. We don't need that much kind of power. The fuel pumps are coming on. The one lovely single test button of the 330, and you hear the nice bing bing. The QNH is 109. That is set. Everything looks all right here. Oopsie. And we can set our default frequency of 1 to 2. I am not flying on any network today because this is just a chill flight for me. And we can get this on above, and this is all right. Sweet. We can get the airplane's FMS running. So FMS 1 selected here, FMS 2 selected this side. The IRS is aligned and the nav accuracy is downgraded. That's a message that the FMS just gives you that I do not have anything here. By the way, payload is done. Yeah, so I can just look at the OFP and start preparing my FMS. Let's look at the init. Can I do an init request? Airport not in database. Huh, fantastic. It does do an auto import. I was not aware of this the other day. I tried this and failed miserably. Alright, sweet. So we have Bordeaux. Oh, sorry, this is Bordeaux. So we're going from Hamburg to Toulouse. Bordeaux is our alternate. Airbus 981. Cost index is checked. Flight level is checked. Let's look at our flight plan, and over here, and if we go to our route, which is somewhere down here, we'll be departing off runway 33 for the EDDH 7 Golf and connect November 850. If you notice this long routing, and if you notice that there are a lot of directs, this is a really interesting conversation which we can have called free route airspace. This allows airplanes to fly, instead of flying airways like Yankee 163 from Pabla to Herbie, it just flies direct, and that saves so much fuel in the long run for airlines. This is one day, I believe this is going to be a world standard, having free route airspace all around the world. So your airplanes just fly from one place to the other, and you have monitoring systems that help them, fly along the route that they choose to or intend to, without having the need to file airways like this. So a lot of directs, which is pretty impressive. So let's go EDDH departure runway 33. The EDDH 7 Golf. Let's insert that. So we go all the way, and then the discontinuity. Remember, this is an older version of the FMS that I made, so it does have a little kink like that of creating a discontinuity when there is identical points. The real FMS does not do that. I'm going to let this auto tune. Secondary is going to be a copy of the active. I can just do this. I can just do this. Why did it pick up so much more fuel? Did I not set the fuel and payload? Oh no, this is max fuel. Did I? Did I not check this correctly? Oh no, that was the sector fuel. The block fuel is almost 30.5 tons. So it has done a good job. 30.5 is there. A border will require 4.8. Does this airplane have takeoff? Yeah. So sync. And is our takeoff weight 163.6? Let's verify. So if we go to the init B page, your takeoff weight comes here. So that's 163.5. It's just a calculator. It just adds 133.8 and 30.4 and subtracts 0.6. It's nothing fancy. So 163.6 is what our takeoff weight is. We're gonna go config 2. Air conditioning, yeah, why not? Hardly any people. There's hardly any people that it's gonna serve. So let's calculate that. Let's send that to the FMS. And if we go here in the perf page, it says confirm, and I get a nice takeoff data uplink. Sweet, that pretty much completes our FMS. Let's set the FCU. Constraints are on. I'm climbing 290. There is no ATC, so all the way. No questions asked. FD's on, constraints on for him. Let's go a tad bit more. Maybe I can give you 10 in on ND already. And put the viewers on both sides. Why is there a master caution and I don't know what it is for? Is there something? Nope. Status is also normal. Sweet. So we wait about a couple of minutes for the IRSs to come in. There was a message here that I think I just deleted by mistake. So we can always go here and go to IRS monitor and then TTN3. TTN stands for time to nav. The time it will take for the IRSs to complete their alignment and be able to give you navigation functions. It's really impressive that a system can almost tell you how long I will take to complete my task. Sweet. So if you look outside, the fuselage sections are loaded and ready. The airplane is, that's all we can carry in this airplane for now. I think we could squeeze in a little something at the back, maybe a small APU or something, but we don't have simulation for that. So while we do that, let's go to our panels. Cargo. No. How do you close doors? Go. There it is. Let's close our front cargo and let's have a look at the whole closing animation. While you guys have a look at it, I'm just gonna go grab a glass of water. Another question that gets asked, or actually I had asked when I wanted to know more about this airplane was, is there any specific performance increase that this airplane has got from, let's say, the engines or the wing or any other, performance benefits or enhancements that it got? And they actually told me that no, it's the standard 330 engine. It's the standard wing and fuselage. So there is absolutely nothing that they've done, because the 330 in itself was such an overpowered airplane. The wing, the 330, the one that is there on this, it shares with its bigger and much heavier sibling, the 340. So it's already an extremely overpowered wing that they have here. And this is a perfect suit for this kind of an airplane, wherein, this is barely anything for this airplane. It can carry a lot more. Can I get rid of the GPU? Is there a way to toggle GPU? Yes, I can. Whoa. Or did I just break? Those tiles should not be there. Maybe I should go back in. Sweet, so that pretty much completes our loading. We can go bay lights full. So just we get some nice lighting up there. Yeah, we're pretty much hanging there. Yep. The payload is all set in 0 fill weight CG. Everything is up 22 and 5.1 up. I mean, we don't usually see. I'm not even sure if that is in the green band. Oh wait, this airplane does not have a green band. This is also an interesting topic that we will discuss. Every airplane has a takeoff trim. This airplane does not. There is no takeoff trim in this. Right. Nav accuracy is upgraded. Clear. GPS is primary. You got a nice map function here that shows up our departure runway. Everything looks good here. Climb nav low 1FD2. Let's ask, will GSX be able to push us back? Prepare for pushback and departure. Let's see. Let me get the beacon going.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
We are. Wait, I think I can log this flight on Volanta, can I? Let's see.
Departure checks completed. Bypass PND
Maybe I can get
inserted.
you an overlay. No, I'm supposed to go here. I'm gonna actually. What's my registration again? Foxtrot Golf X-ray LOJ.
Locking gear.
Maybe I should be able to now get you an overlay here, which goes something like that. Yeah, that helps. Right, nose to the left, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Such a huge airplane this is. I mean, it's a standard 330, which is a huge airplane in itself, and they just made it bigger. This is the Lufthansa Technik. Lufthansa is a major overall and Technik center at Hamburg. Those are the buildings there. I think somewhere over there is their headquarters as well. That's also Lufthansa Technik at the back. That's where all, I mean, they pretty much service all the 380s that they have as well. Let's start our engines. It's the silence of the packs running in.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set. Let's start the other one. Engine 2 start.
Unlocking gear.
You can almost hear him unlocking the gear.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is
Left is
clear.
clear.
Right
Right
is
is
clear.
clear. Alright, that stabilizes our engine so we can go in and get this going. Mode selector is normal. Let's get the APU bleed off. APU goes off. Let's arm our speed brakes. Zero the rudder trim. Maps are going to 2. And talk about the trim. So we go to the flight control page. It automatically sets it to 5.1 up. It automatically knows what is the green band, so it automatically does that for us. There are no trim indications here per se. Uh, this airplane had to remove that because of the load that it carries. The entire trim band is the takeoff range, so you don't have to do that. We can do a quick flight control check. So that's full up, full down, neutral, full left, all the way. Remember, until these boxes, until the control surfaces reach is this box. That is the box is like that because that's the tolerance range of the flight control surface. You're not supposed to call it out, so that's full right, not before that. Let's do a quick rudder check as well. That's full left and full right, neutral. Sweet. We can put our lights on, which is the runway turn off, the taxi to taxi. Um, and yeah, we are good to taxi out. Let's get the brakes off. We clear left side, clear right side. Auto brake max. Let's get the weather radar going. This does have that INI weather radar that is available. So it does show you a bit of the picture. It's not obviously the most reliable brake check. That's checked. It should not be that harsh ideally. Hey, I thought I just put it on. Oh, PWS auto. My apologies. And cabin. Did something just take off in front of us? Why did it look like that? As if an airplane just took off. I mean, check out that magnificent beast taxiing out. We take a right turn and then that's our runway over there. Pretty short taxi. Oh no, we're going runway 33, so we gotta go all the way back there. That's not the runway. I mean, what a presence this airplane holds. They did not simulate the nose wheel. Are you kidding me? I really did not know that. I thought they had. I mean, I can see the tiller move here. I just didn't realize that they never simulated the nose wheel. That is a shoddy job from I suppose then. Oh no, they do. I don't know, maybe I was just a little too far for it to be simulated. Wait, I need to make some color corrections on the video here. Big fan, so. Well, you should be a big fan of this big ass airplane here. That is an airplane to be a fan of. I mean, such an amazing, huge airplane that they've made. And what's really impressive is that all this development, this airplane went from a scratch 330 all the way to a flying Beluga in a span of just about 3 years. And I know it may sound a lot, but when you're modifying an airplane to this extent, I mean, I'm not talking a short modification of adding a winglet or something. When you're having modification of this length, where you're pretty much changing the entire aerodynamics, adding in a considerable amount of structural pieces, 3 years is negligible from the design to actually modifying it to actually executing it and then flight testing it. Remember, this does not go any special flight testing. This does not get any special exemptions. It's flying in the same airspace as other airplanes, so it needs to go undergo the same rigorous testing that any other airplane goes. The only exception it gets is because it is not going to fly in the polar routes, so it is exempt from doing those polar cold weather testing. But apart from that, this airplane, by the way, the 330 has already undergone, so it is pretty much certified, and the upper section is not sealed up, so does not require that certification. But apart from that, this airplane is fully certified like any other airplane. So having to do all of that in a span of 3 years, I think that's pretty impressive from Airbus. And obviously, they have some of the best guys working up there for them. All right, we're approaching runway 33, so we can go inside, turn on our strobes, turn on our landing lights, give a chime. There is no chime here. There is no cabin crew in this airplane. Isn't that great? There is still a cabin ready function, and let me quickly go and get my takeoff config going. So that's takeoff no blue. Runway is clear. We're cleared for lineup and go. Let's go. All right, let's get back inside the cockpit. Runway ahead. I think I should get that RAS thing. That would be impressive. It's a little cloudy today in Hamburg. Alright, we're all lined up. Let's add power to 50 and oh sorry, these are Rolls Royce, so 1.1. Yeah, I know. Now set. Manflex 58 SRS auto thrust blue. It is set to flex now. Come on. You've just given me the FMA. Alright, we'll just disregard that. Alright, thrust is set. 100 knots checked. That's a pretty long, substantial takeoff roll. V1, rotate. Let's positive climb. Let's get the gear going up and we can enjoy the magnificent Beluga. There's quite a lot of build up there. Taking off. Isn't that beautiful? How heavy that bird is, and she just jumps up in the air. All right, sweet. We can get the AP going. Lever comes back to climb because we are F positive, and give me an up arrow. That's an up arrow. That's flaps 1. Let me see if I can put my latest picture on Volanta. So maybe let's see now. Volanta map, screenshot, add screenshot. The second one, please. And we could possibly go map 0 as well. Hey, I forgot to put on my TCAS. Let's quickly get that going. And flaps are 0, spoilers are disarmed, and the landing lights can the landing lights stay on, the runway turn off, and the taxi lights can go off. Why is my TCAS still saying standby? Oops. Sweet, as I accelerate towards Toulouse, I just get to enjoy this. Let me get some music going. Standard. Let's see. Standard cross check. Oops. I think I should get some like nice beats going rather than it's 10,000 feet checks. We can get the landing lights off, the seatbelt signs off. No smoking sign stays in auto. Or actually, no, it can go off as well. Sorry, on auto. And that's about it. We accelerate. If you notice, the the maximum speed of this airplane is not what the actual 330 has, which is approximately 340.82. This airplane has a limited speed of 295. That is because of the huge hunky fuselage that it has on top. It cannot accelerate to those kind of speeds. Causes flutter and vibration. And it's nice and sunshine coming up on our beautiful Beluga XL6. That's the 6th version of this airplane they made. They made 6 of these. Crap, there's a lot of weather up front, or what? Why am I not getting that same picture here? But Let me see my optimum is, and if I look at my progress page, I can go up to 413, but that really won't be possible. So we'll just climb 310 and let's see what we get there. That's gonna pretty much reduce our flight time by a tad bit. Okay, my cursor capture for some reason is turned off, so maybe that'll help. This is not a very fast airplane. We're pretty much cruising at decimal 66. Unfortunately, I mean, that's the price that you got to pay for carrying such a hunky cargo load. Not called cruise. Star, sorry. Old cruise. Let's get the TCAS to below, and we could cycle through some pages. So that's engine. The quantities are fairly alright. The bleed page, temperatures are alright. Pressurization, the cabin altitude is still climbing, and it's gonna come. The delta PSI is pretty high in this airplane. It's gonna come down slowly and gradually as this modulates itself. The cabin altitude is 5,000. That's alright. The conditioning, the temperatures look alright. The oxy pressure is good. The AC system one, which is if I can press electrical AC system, yeah, so this is just the AC system. The loads are pretty good, 14% on the gens and 20% on the gen right. Elect DC looks alright. There's nothing in the amber here, so not a major concern. Hydraulics look alright. The green should have dropped quite a bit, but it has not. The flight control, there's no unexpected deflections from any of the flight controls, and the fuel is roughly balanced. So yeah, that pretty much does our checks. CB, none of them are popped. All is just an all. So yeah, sweet. We can enjoy this lovely cruise. Any reason why my speed has gone all the way and sitting there and not where it is supposed to be? I mean, why? Why would it do that? Looks like a weird glitch, but let's find out. Let's go to our perf page. Our cruise set, manage speed, new crew altitude 31,000 is verified, and it's 69 here, and I am, well, for some reason it just doesn't like to fly 69, and I think 69 is 99. So yeah, we're gonna fly 69 manually. Oh yeah, we can talk about some of the modifications that they did, in fact, and this is an impressive one. Airbus never has these. What are these called? These fins that the extensions that they keep adding to the 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 vertical stabilizer. This is more of a Boeing thing, and they had to do this because on the Beluga, the fuselage, especially with the extension of the hull, is so big that the aerodynamics is not good enough, and this really adds. This section, which is just the protrusion out of it, gives adds about the stability of this entire fuselage. The entire rudder, and this contributes about 50% to it. So that's how impressive this section of the fin is. It's called. Let me find the name. What it is called? I just can't remember it. B737. Dorsal fin. Yeah, that's what it's called. A dorsal fin. Fun fact, this is not the first time Airbus has put in a dorsal fin. Would you guys know where Airbus put in their first dorsal fin? The answer to that is the Concorde. You can have a much shorter rudder just by adding that little area added up there. And this also, by the way, this is not part of the standard 330. These fins are attached again for horizontal stability, and these are pretty much the same as a winglet. But here's an interesting fact: why do they always put it at the fuselage at the bottom? You will notice this also existing in the Q400. And I think it's there on the ATR as well. I'm not sure, but it's there in quite a few airplanes in the olden times. And just this piece of metal just helps redirect and reaffirm that airflow that flows along the fuselage, and just provides this that bit of lesser drag and lesser flutter on the horizontal stabilizer here. Here's a really interesting piece of info. This is the rotor ops, which by the way is in-op in this airplane. This is dry. This is wet. Would anybody know what wet and GRVD is? That's a really impressive question there. And if you know this answer, this is really impressive. What does wet and GRVD is? what else can we talk about this airplane? Let me see if I can take a walk around. I know I can open this door, and you will notice that there is a seating section for a couple of people here. So that's the jump seat 1, jump seat 2. This is pretty much the hull that I don't think I can cross this. Oh, I can. This is the forward cargo section of the standard 330. It's not much, but it can carry and hold some mail and stuff. It also, by the way, has these control levers and stuff that operates all the stuff that is there. That's the ladder that goes down and the pilots climb up. Remember, this does not have a door like any other airplane to get inside. So you need to get in from the bottom of the airplane and then climb up through these and come back up front. What's impressive is they do get a nice coffee machine. This is pretty much simulated like the real airplane. This goes up to the cargo deck, the main cargo deck, which is up top. And then there is another jump seat here. This is a small lavatory for them. That is obviously not operational in this simulator. But yeah, once you come up here, you can actually go up, and then you can see your fuselages. Obviously, in the air, this section is not pressurized and not air conditioned, so it's pretty cold up here. It is protected from the elements, obviously, because of the hull and the fuselage, but you shouldn't be here when the airplane is flying. But you have cameras up here. I think there should be some, I don't know if that's simulated, but there are a few cameras up here that give you a nice picture of the fuselage, various sections of this fuselage, just so you can see what's going on there, and if you have a doubt, to have it checked. All right, let's have a look at our flight. We're progressing pretty well. We're almost a quarter, a little more than a quarter of our flight. This airplane genuinely does not fly very fast. 69 is not a speed for any airliner to fly, especially a 330 at these low altitudes. But unfortunately, there's not much that we can do because this airplane does not fly any faster. Meanwhile, we can also check our arrival there, which would be there, the Narak 8 Sierra into 14 ride. So let's see if I can program that and get an optimum top of descent. ILS 14 ride. The Narak, is it 8 Sierra? Was it 8 Sierra? Yeah, it is the 8 Sierra. And the transition will be none. Let's insert that. Let's see if there is a discontinuity that we get. Nope. Well, hello, Ritvik. Nice for you to join up here, man, on a working day. Big fans. I like how everybody just comes up and says the exact same thing. Hello, hello. Simviation with the Annie boy. What is up? We spoke about this flight. Remember? That will be a cool option to do. And here I am doing it. We're quite a bit away from our destination. We've not even covered halfway. Gentle nose downers assemble. Yeah. So an interesting Beluga flight. I mean, we've quite a bit to go. Could have joined you though. Really? I mean, I started really early in the morning, and I don't know, a safe place to talk shit about other simmers. I mean, come on, and he's right above you on the chat. You can't talk to him like that right here when he's in the chat like that. Come on. Yes, we did speak about it. I know. It's a really impressive airplane, and I am actually carrying. Let me. How do I go inside? I'll go here, and then if I take a stroll outside in the cockpit, and then if I climb the ladder up here, you can actually see the. Wait. Somewhere I could. How did I manage to see it the last time? Yes, yes, it is. Looks like the cyclone hit the people living down under. Don't know, but yeah, that was quite an intense one, man. I mean, I'm not talking from the sim point of view, but I'm talking about from the real life point of view. That was quite an intensive one. Yeah, see, there it is. Finally, I am howling two fuselages of the 320. So yeah, that's what we said we're gonna do, and that's what we're doing. Anmol Mishram, hi there. You don't have to call me sir. Well, France is looking like it's an absolute shit right now of the weather. Surrey would do. No sorries and no sorries. Chainsaw is fine enough. We gotta get rid of that kind of culture anyways, man. I haven't seen the ground since I took off from Hamburg. And I know I've only done half of the flight, and I'm really progressive and hoping that the other half is going to be a little better. But I haven't seen the ground since I took off. Yeah, I won't count on Ernest joining an early morning flight. Yeah, we've learned that from the hard way. When you and me have been sitting here, pretty much engine started and he pops up. I remember that. I don't know what we were doing, but I remember doing something, and never depend on him on an early morning one. Well, I thought Annie was supposed to be. I mean, Annie is actually an APW, and I don't know what he's changed it to, but for us, he'll always remain the OG APW. There for the last two. Yeah, he was actually. He is getting back into shape. He's realizing what a real airline pilot's life is. where there is no sleep, you're surviving on coffee, and an odd occasion in between there is a little bit of alcohol in your system. I heard the stalking incident about. I mean, I just heard about it and I was like, damn, that is impressive. You think? I'm pretty sure we'll thank him. Wait, if you guys are free, why don't you guys, if you guys want to come on Discord, I never joined Discord because I was like, I'm not sure if anybody's gonna be up at this hour. How about we welcome him when he comes back from his flight? Hey man, wait 1 second. Why is your audio so muted? Can you do a mic check? I can barely hear you. I can. It's a little too faded. I don't know why. Maybe it's an issue on my end. Oh, a lot. So it is not an issue on my end. Just waking up. Really? What the hell have you been doing? Wait a minute. Would you like to be? Would you like to pass through your audio to the chat, or would you like to keep it secret? I'm not making any money up. How will you make any money up? Like you make money when I make money. That's how the deal works, right? You help me set up the whole thing, wherein I get like fancy notifications and I get like dono goals and stuff like that. Yeah, we need to make all of that. Yeah, and then when the money starts flowing in, and then you know when I get that $1 million yacht, you get like a dinghy, like a kayak or something. You were fine with a kayak? Huh? No man, I'm telling you, when there is a storm, there is nothing better than a kayak. You won't want to be in a yacht and then there's a storm that hits you. But yeah, hey, I'm approaching top. Finally, the top of descent is in my range. Sweet. Let me add your audio to the stream, and there it is. Wait, I have to press this, and I have to press this. Annie, you are now audible to the I don't know, the 2 or 3 people who are watching this on YouTube, and I'm sure one of them is Nali. So
yeah. The gamer's toys.
The trouble with you is, you don't seem to understand what love is really about. You young punks go to the movies a couple of times, do a little necking, and you think you're in love. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, by the way, yesterday night,
yeah,
whatever Ryan was talking about.
dude, I don't believe that one bit. I think you guys are just drunk or sleep hungover. You know, there is something called a sleep hangover. It is not true. Seriously.
I think he sent me a picture of his side stick on like a green, with a green background. And when I looked at his side stick, I looked at his and then I looked at mine. The distance between the red button and the top of the side stick, there's a slight difference.
Are you kidding me? You're telling me that
There's a good
TM
chance
has.
that, yeah, they've changed the design and manufacturing.
Are you,
I'm not getting
yours is the
bent
first
apart.
version of the stick, is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
So
Maybe
that is when
from
I
the
noticed
first,
it.
because right now they're on the third version. So there was the first version, then there was an enhanced second version, which I thought was basically just the ability to have USB-C, and then now there is a third version that is Xbox and PC compatible, so it works with both. So I don't.
Okay, yeah. I think there's something like that that's happened, because that is why they released like.
But I
things
mean,
which-
I thought most of it was, just a transition from USB from a uncorded cable to a corded USB-C, and then just a software enhancement to go from PC and Xbox. I don't know. They physically made changes to the stick as well, because that
yeah,
that
that's
really
what
is
I
not
feel as well.
something that I'm.
I know, man. I mean, I don't see a reason for them why they have to do it. I mean, they would have probably made it better in terms, because for the same price you're getting like other sticks which are famous, so like big.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I'd like to join, but I can't. Girl thinks I'm more weird. Well, tell me about it. The girl does think. I would agree with that. It'd be damn weird. Where exactly? I don't know if he can disclose that, but where exactly was he? I'm confused now.
he's gone to some other city.
Some other city, is it?
Yeah.
Can we play this game on a calculator? I'm not sure a calculator will fit in the bill, but I think maybe a little more than that. But I like the idea there. Wouldn't it be cool if you could play this on a calculator? So back in my school, when we were doing our high school math, we used to have these scientific calculators, and not the ones that you get. These were sextant calculators. I don't know what was the brand on them, and people had modded them, and they could play something like I think Snake or Tetris or something like that on that. That was pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
That was a cool way of doing stuff. But yeah, maybe one day. We got to the nerdy, geeky flying plane in the virtual world. The Mufasa is a good movie. Come on. I mean, you don't have kids, I know, but one day you will, and you will need to see all these things before you can show it to them.
I don't think Nia's thought that fun.
Hey, wait. I am still about 240 miles away from my descent, so yeah, I have time.
140 miles.
That's why I'm on the stream. Come on, are you kidding me? Are you on the stream while someone's watching a movie? That is disrespectful. I would get thrown out of the house for that. Annie, what do you think?
Yeah,
If you're watching a movie with your present fling or date or whatever I mean, I don't know what the generation in you calls that, but and the other person's watching a stream or it is this. I would not tolerate that one bit.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you drive so far,
I know, make it a nice special thing, the lovely weather
like,
and everything, and
you
you're
ditch your friends, want to drive
yeah,
with them.
and then you're here
like,
sitting and watching a dude fly an airplane in the virtual world.
Yeah,
Oh man, tell me about it.
Damn, not expected.
Not expected. He's gonna get shot down, man.
Yeah. I don't know about shot down, but I hope he gets what he's gone there for. Only good thoughts.
Yeah, we love him either way.
Yeah. To be accepted.
Sweet, this airplane has magnetic north reference as well.
I think all the any aircrafts in the sim, they work the same way, right?
No, the wait. I haven't flown the 330 since MSFS 2024 launched, and I had a crazy spat of about a week flying the 330. But then I haven't flown much after that. These are default airplanes. I really haven't done much about them, but they're pretty decent. I wouldn't say they're amazing airplanes, but the ability to fly a Beluga, I mean, come on, how can you miss that, man? This thing is just impressive. What I can for is already done, so I don't. Oh man, there's too much info. There's too much info you guys share.
Good on you, man. Good on you. Good Curry Senior will be happy. I don't want to say it. Let's see it after stream.
Yeah, we'll save some of those thoughts for the late night ones.
Yeah. What is the Game Master doing today?
He did come and say hi. I don't know. I don't know what his schedule is. For some reason, and I'm not complaining, I'm not getting his notifications. So I don't know.
There's probably another day of. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh, he's not scheduled anything.
No, we won't judge you. Come on, man. We're a little better than that.
Who wants to be judged? Why can't I? I thought you had a flight this morning.
No, today is my weekly off. The one day off that I get.
That's
I
why I didn't
actually,
ask for a flight last
I
night.
was that. No, so I remember I made the plan of flying last night, and then I was just too tired
Huh?
because I haven't slept properly in like
Oh, okay, yeah,
four
yeah. I mean,
nights. So I just wanted to take a nap, man. And
fair enough.
yeah, so then finally I was like, let me do something since I'm nice and fresh up this morning and I've slept fairly well. Let me do a little short stream, and fly an airplane. Something that I really
I'm so sorry to interrupt your music, but I'm Ishwarya, host of the Desi Crime Podcast, here to tell you that there is more than just music available for you on
Fair
Spotify.
enough.
wanted to do for
For
a
your
long
long car rides
time,
from
and
work, or
these
for when you cook your
are.
favorite meal, or as you doze off to
This
sleep,
was a really
the Desi
cool
Crime
flight that I
Podcast
wanted
has
to.
hundreds of very terrifying, very real tales of crime from the Indian subcontinent. Once I stop yapping, go search for the Desi Crime Podcast and begin listening to India's biggest true crime podcast today.
I will officially fly the actual Phoenix.
Oh my God! Really? You finally budged in?
No, no. The person who's getting married has told me to.
Oh yeah. He's retiring. I think he's
Yeah,
officially.
so I
I
will-
think I'm taking his DCS account for sure.
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
everyone can take bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces out of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when an old uncle retires and then there is a relic of treasure that he's left behind, and then you just go and pick up whatever you feel like. It's like it's gonna be a ransack for everyone.
Just put your hands on it. Like,
Yeah, whatever you can grab.
So I told him that since his aircrafts are dying there, I
Yeah,
decided, like
might as well.
get them
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Get the dust out of them.
Yeah. Because there's going to be a good time until he flies again.
Yeah, I mean it should be. I think. I feel.
Yeah, they will. Today there's haldi and all happening.
Oh shit! Yeah, today is. So I was telling Ron the same thing. I have an off on the 22nd, and his event is on the 21st and the 23rd. Like, what the hell, man? Like, if it was just a day here or just a day there. Oh, finally I see ground, man. The clouds are finally starting to disappear, and I can see some land. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so I mean, it's. I'm gonna not be able to make it because
Likewise,
my offs are
man,
just one here and one there.
I put on texted as well saying you guys. Initially, I did think that probably it would, but I'd already booked tickets. Whole patch of cloud was just before entering.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what?
Name saying the whole patch of cloud was just before entering France.
Yeah, man. It's finally I can see. I mean, I took off from Hamburg in a cloud cover, and it's now, and I've completed about 60 to about 70% of my flight, and I finally get to see some ground.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about not seeing the sun. It is depressing, man, to live in those countries. No hard feelings to anybody from those places, but
Yeah. Pretty sure it is. That's why these guys lack like vitamin D.
I shared quite a bit of info about the Beluga XL, by the way.
Oh,
At
you
the
did?
start of the
Oh,
video.
I'll-
Yeah, I did.
I'll check it out.
No, you don't have to. I'll share them specifically with you. But what is something that I might have left out? Let me see. Hey, you know the Beluga XL has a camera at the bottom. That one there. That's actually a camera
That is a
at the
cam?
bottom of the
Yeah.
fuselage. Yeah, that is a camera. And you know why they use it? So they are sitting fairly low to the ground, and it's a little difficult to see outside. Not like the visibility is the same as a 330 because it's got the same cockpit and everything. But when they are taxiing out and about, they're fairly low to the ground, so they can't really see where they have to stop and all. So not for them, but for the ground crew, because you know how the the parking system works. It throws a laser at your nose wheel and then it catches it. But because of the fuselage on this, the front fuselage is so low, it gets obscured. So they need to actually physically see with the camera where the stop line is and stop there. So they actually have a camera just for stopping, because it gets obscured. The nose wheel gets obscured with the camera and all the fancy jazzy system, to an extent where even a ground crew can't see. So they have to put a camera for them to. So they decide when they want to stop.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
They can't, like, how can they not see?
I'll show you when we land on the ground how close to the ground the nose wheel and the front fuselage comes.
Interesting. I don't think anyone's ever looked at it also. Like, you know, with the cam.
Oh, this airplane is really cool, and I mean it has some really cool tech on it, man. I mean,
Yeah, no,
it's not really. So, you know, the old Belugas, the ones that they had before, that was based on the A300. So now Airbus has allowed that other entities can utilize that airplane. So you and I could probably rent out a Beluga. That's called a Beluga XT, by the way, not an XL. And we can probably rent it out for oversized cargo or something if you have to carry. The Beluga XL right now is only for Airbus, so it only carries stuff for Airbus. But I'm hoping eventually they will release it eventually for other people as well. That's the reason why they made 6 out of them.
6 out of them. I thought I was under the thought that there will be 6 of them.
Yeah, so initially they were supposed to make only 5, but then they decided that might as well make 6.
But what was the idea behind making the Belugas? Like, you know, the thought. Like, was
The
it
idea
only,
was, so the current XT is a super piece of equipment, but unfortunately the A300 fuselage is just a little bit too short for the capability to to haul 2 wings of the 350, and they needed something that can do 2 wings of the 350 in one go. So that's where
Sure, like that. Yeah, man. It's like I don't even think there'll be a chance in the future where we'll ever get to fly these.
we will probably, I mean, until unless, you can apply to Airbus. Airbus does come out with vacancies now and then, and yeah, if you get selected, they don't hire fresh crew. They require experienced people, and another clause that comes in is because you're flying mostly in the European Union, you need an EASA license, and
Yeah.
to get an EASA license and be able to work in one of those European countries, you do need a certain permits, and you need to have that figured out. But yeah, once you have all of that, they come out with a vacancy, you apply, they do a basic selection, and you get selected. And yeah, you and I could possibly train on one of these. And but these guys are flying very fixed and basic sectors. So like they do Toulouse, Hamburg, and Filton in Europe. That's pretty much it. A few sectors in Spain maybe to pick up some landing gear parts and stuff like that, but that's about it. And this airplane is, I mean, come on, man. I'm taking 2.5 hours almost to reach Toulouse from Hamburg, which on a 320 would take me about an hour and a half. These don't fly very fast. They're barely 6.9. I'm cruising at 6.9, and that's right on the edge of my max.
Oh, the cruising is on 6.9.
Yeah, because remember this airplane, because of the hunky fuselage that it has, it can't go very fast.
Okay. It's a. Okay. Oh man, we beat into A320 would beat you easily. Flight level 310. Some crazy crossing. after last night's flight at Paro, Papa
Oh.
Mike would also have been going to Toulouse.
Yeah, it's time it goes back and fixes itself.
Goes
It is
back,
time
gets like a
overdue.
check. Are you on a network? No.
No, I did not. I was flying alone, so I'm like, what do I do on a network?
Yeah. Fair. Obviously. I will finally get to fly my small helicopter.
But yeah, man. Wait. Let me quickly finish this work here. Paste. Anyways, this is some interesting piece of information that I also know. You see how the fuselage almost, so this is the standard fuselage of a 330. It'll eventually come in the video and you'll be able to see it. And then the section drops down in the nose of the 330 XL.
Hey there. Sorry for interrupting, but you know this genre, right? Of course you do. And do you know where you...
You've got like a box around your cursor.
I don't know why.
Acha. I thought you made like a custom.
I don't know how it came in and I don't know how to get rid of it now. So yeah, so you see the section that drops down. This is the fuselage before that, or sorry, actually it'd be after that. The fuselage after that is the standard 330, but this section is actually an entirely new section that Airbus, actually not Airbus, a company called, it comes in from, wait, I'll tell you. It comes from Tunisia. Yeah, this section comes from Tunisia, and this section, just this section, weighs about 8 tons that they specifically make just to fit around this airplane. It comes as a one-piece thing on a ship and gets fitted into this.
Yeah, man, that's 8 tons. Just that bit is 8 tons.
Just that bit.
Crazy how the EFG on this airplane works.
So this airplane has a extended C of G that they call it, which is basically
Yeah.
it can take off and land with. I mean, it obviously has a limit, but then the stab, the horizontal stab, can from the standard 330, this can travel a lot more, and therefore it has an extended CG position, which basically allows it to carry like varied amount of cargo, varied type of cargo, not amount.
Extended CFG. Start reading it. Is today a government holiday? No. I wouldn't think.
Today should be Good Friday. Is
It is?
Good Friday is a government holiday? Yes.
Oh. So are you saying BCA takes a today as well?
Yeah. It's a
Ah.
government holiday.
Interesting.
I mean, I'd be surprised if they don't.
Let's see. Hmm. Every day I just open my EDCA.
Could be the day.
See.
Today could be the day.
Today could be the day. This
Well,
time could be
today,
the moment.
today I doubt today because It's an off.
No, man, it's not. I don't think it will be next week as well. Probably be like the week after that.
1 second now. I'll just be back.
Yeah, yeah.
I just got a ear full of it. I didn't order. I need to order food.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty much your lunchtime.
Yeah, it's way. Dude, you should see my wife, man. She eats at 11 o'clock lunch. Who eats lunch at 11?
11?
Yeah, man.
What don't you eat?
We get up early as well and we don't eat breakfast mostly. So by 11, we both are really hungry. So she eats lunch at 11.
That makes sense.
No, man, because it's very weird to tell people that it's 11 o'clock and I'm done with my lunch. We're not that old also.
But I mean, if you're skipping breakfast, then if you're
It's like
eating
a brunch. Yeah, I wouldn't say lunch, but it, yeah. To sound cool, I say it's brunch.
It's alright, man. This is what I was telling my mom also yesterday. So while we were exiting church, there was like an exit. There was just one exit they made yesterday for people to enter and leave, because they realized if they make multiple exits, then there's like a clash of titans that happens. Which is not exactly how it should. I don't know what mentality they applied yesterday, but they wanted people to only exit from one side yesterday. So there was like a big clash of titans on the exit, because everyone wants to get out early, right? Like wants to just get out of the place. So there are some people who kind of opened, like, you know how they build like a Samiana?
Samiana.
Like-
Oh.
Samiana
I
is
know.
like that, that whole
I know.
setup they build. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
at
know what it is.
So barricades are made out of cloth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are some smart people who decided to untie something and they opened it. They opened a part and they were going from there. So I told my mom also, I was like, let's go from here, there are lesser people. We can just take it out. My mom's like, what is wrong with you? Are you mad? Everyone's watching. I look at her and I look around and I'm like, who's watching?
Who's
And then
watching?
she's like, it doesn't look nice. People will look at us. I'm like, let them look at us. Anyways, they're looking at me and your daughter. We're two tall individuals here, We're abnormally not fit for this environment. And she's like, no, just come here. Don't go there. It doesn't look nice. I'm like, it's not supposed to look nice. You're supposed to go home. We're done with what you came here for. Our purpose is over.
The purpose is over.
Yeah, and then she's like, no, but people will say things and all. I'm like, why do you care so much about other people? Like, just do what you want to do, man. You're not going to see them. I mean, yeah, we might see them today or
You might see them.
also. But it's not like they're going to be like, they're going to remove a paper out and be like, oh, you did this yesterday. That is wrong. Like I don't know, man. It's too fun. Because, dude, like, would you take an exit where there are 1,000 people standing, or would you take an exit where there are 5 guys going?
Well, I would take the 5 guys, but then yeah, I would probably say something what she said, because it's not cool to jump the queue and stuff like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, nobody cares. No one is speaking.
Well, some
you know-
people do, and then some people like to pass on. It's a road that you can only figure out once you're on it, kind of a situation.
Probably, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Like, I just, it's just funny to me. But those guys, they literally tore off the cloth just to exit.
Oh damn,
Like, you know,
that's not
yeah,
cool.
like, so I was like, people are doing that, then we can also do that. But it's funny when she said that, you know, people will look, and I'm like, it's not like they're not, they are still. Have you started your descent?
I am coming pretty close to it, so I'm just having a look at my charts. I'm landing on 4 right, so that's the approach chart there, and I'll be landing on this one. So they've already fed in the arrival. Hey, no, not this. I don't need it this way. I need it to see it. Oh, sorry. Oh wow, they've changed the chart. It looks a lot like a Lido chart now. So yeah.
Why?
Sweet, Toulouse 1 4 right. We'll level off at what, 3000. Carry out the ILS. Sweet, so let me just put in here 3000 since I'm cleared all the way. And as per this, I need to get my weather. So I go dashboard and I can go LFBO. So let's see, the winds are 1306. Okay, 8 and 1014. So let's do that. Next phase 1306. Temperatures a bone chilling 8 and 1014. And as per our chart, our approach minimums are 688.
I have a feeling by the time
Yep.
you begin your approach, I should be able to join you.
I'm just commencing descent. I don't know. You wanna come in? For sure. I just have not.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's our approach. Let's see, where do we park today? So let's go to the taxi chart. That's 10-9. So I'm gonna be landing on runway 14 right, which is this one, and I gotta go to Airbus parking, which is this one here.
That's good.
Traffic inside private area managed by Wiggy Airbus AFIS St. Martin information during its work hours, and outside LVP traffic managed by Blagnac ground. So I gotta land here. Once I land, vacate something on the right, like 04 or in the end, and then just taxi straight and park somewhere over here. These are the factories that make everything happen. Compass base. Sweet.
Sweet.
Check that out. What a beautiful airplane this is.
Lately, I'm starting to have a thing for dogs, man.
For dogs,
Yeah.
dude, I'm starting to have thing for cats now, man. There's so many cats in my
cats as
building.
well. Like, I like cats too. Like cats.
Yeah,
and
man.
dogs.
Speed.
Like, if I ever get a kid, I want my kid to grow up with a dog.
It is very important. I would 100% agree with that, man. Growing up,
Yeah.
so I always had dogs when I was growing up. From as long as I can remember, we always had a dog. Like until I graduated high school, I went for flying. I came back from flying. I got a job. I mean, we've always had a dog. We lost a dog in 2021, and since then we've not kept a dog now because folks are going old and it's getting a little difficult for them to keep up with the needs of another family member. But yeah, man, I would 100% agree. Pets or dogs or cats or whatever, you want to keep a guinea pig or whatever,
Yeah, no.
it's essential. I think it helps you bring in that kind of compassion, and you know, it's more than just a company.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of things. Like it's like your first companion. Plus, when you have a dog, you know, a dog will look after your kid, man.
I mean, it's not like the dog will look after a kid, but like it's
No, but
it's good
I mean,
fun
it
too.
will just be there for your kid.
Yeah, it's always a pet is always available to give company.
True.
But pets are a handful, man. I mean, they're like another family member, man. When it comes to their from vaccination to meals to, you know, as they say, in sickness and in health kind of a situation.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Actually, everything. You know, exactly 2 years ago, I had my first solo trip.
Sorry, what was that?
Exactly 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I had my first solo today.
Oh wow. Did you? What was the tradition in your place regarding a solo?
Like, you mean the post tradition or
Yeah, the
post-flight
post tradition. Let's get the music
post-flight
off.
was nothing, man. You basically come back. Then when you come back, there's everyone around you start clapping for you.
Oh really?
Then back then in the school, they wouldn't do like a water bucket, ice bucket, sorry, at the school
Huh.
because the CFI didn't want to waste water like that. So we
Yeah.
would do one at the accommodation. So the
Ah.
day a solo would happen, like all the batchmates would like chip in money, get like ice, make sure like the bucket and everything is ready,
Oh
and
nice.
then we would they would like, you know, whoever the person is, you to shower the person, and in April.
I lost the audio there, Annie.
Oh, I'm saying in the month of March, April, and May, it's like really
Yeah.
cold there. So
Yeah.
that time when you get like an ice bucket, oh, your body is shaking, man. Like literally shaking.
Sweet.
It was not. It was quite nice. I mean, me and my
Yeah.
batchmates, we all got it like one day after another, like 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21.
Oh, nice.
Everyone's like one way. That's why we remember these dates because one of my batchmates' birthday was yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So it's like in that order you get it. It's quite nice. Crazy though. It's like 2 years. 1000 NZ, I would have probably been a BCAT by now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Easily. I know for a fact I would have been a BCAT by now. That's the only thing, when I'm when and
But
so for me, mhm,
how's the growth there beyond a BCAT and stuff like that?
it depends, man, what you're instructing on. Now, if you're like a multi-instructor, there is good growth. At the same time, it depends which school you're in.
Ah,
So for me personally, I wanted to be a multi-instructor more than being a single instructor. If I would like rank up to a higher category of instructing, that is like being a BCAT. If I would have become BCAT, I would have been like a multi-instructor.
ah,
So that was what I wanted to do. But at the same time, I realized that, like, the investment that would go in that was equivalent to how much I would come back here, convert my license, and get a type rating and get into an airline here. So I
yeah.
had to like choose there. That was like the spot where I had to choose. And
Yeah, I have something to share, and I will
yeah,
share it on the
what is it?
WhatsApp group. But come on, turn. Wait. Yeah, it's off.
Happy Haldi Day. Oh,
So, don't no, Annie. You're not looking at what I'm looking at, and once you look at it, you will never. I want you to look at the seat. It's a car
1
seat
second.
ripped off. It's got the same reclining handle. Come on,
Oh,
man.
this
We
is
can't.
Swift
We can't.
Desire. If not
Oh
Swift, what's
man,
up?
I think it's a Wagoner or something like that, man. I'm telling you. God damn it.
Oh my god. What is
Yeah,
wrong
we
with you?
can clear it.
यार वो side stick यार.
Like it's just
Oh,
kept there.
it's just there यार. It's just there. Probably. Yeah, man. What has happened to this place, man?
I
Where,
know,
where are
man.
we?
What has happened? All right, the lights are coming on, and let's get the seatbelt signs going on. What else do we need to do? 10,000 checks. LS buttons on both sides, and over here, auto brake selected, and the GPS is primary with the nav accuracy high. Let's put in LFBO 14 right. Sweet.
Oh, apparently FASTag's stopping. You know this?
I don't know. Everybody's talking about it, but I don't know what's coming and replacing that.
Apparently, a GNSS-based GPS toll system is
Yeah, but
coming in
like,
place
but how
in
and
which,
when and what?
from the 1st of May, 2025.
Yeah, like that's in 15 days. You think implementation in our country is that easy?
That's what they're saying.
I
Apparently,
don't think
vehicles
it's
will need a
happening.
government-approved GPS device and linked bank account. Wait, so are they keeping a track of the location? I don't understand this.
Thrust descent.
Did you make the call, Chainsaw?
Positive climb, or
No,
I have controls,
no.
or
Crew to landing stations.
cabin crew to landing stations. That we do that once the gear is down. But yeah, we should make that call. Wait, what happened with that call? That's a standard call.
Yeah. But there are people who say it in a funnier way.
Oh really? Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, the big streamer is here.
The streamer is where?
Hello.
Hello, holies the molies the chanyas the cholies.
Hey, dude, I'm sorry, I'm streaming. So you're okay with you coming on the stream, right? I did not ask you.
Sorry?
Chalega na? Chalega na? You're on the stream.
I saw your stream, that's why I'm here.
Ah, sweet. Then it's okay. I mean, Kalko, don't say that. I never gave you my permission.
It's been privileged. मतलब मैं क्या बोलूँ कि मैं आज आप लाई हो और मैं यहाँ पे आपके साथ हूँ.
No, dude. It is our privilege, dude.
Yeah,
You're a 300,000 subscriber YouTuber. Not many of those. We don't know too many of those kind of people. Okay.
Ah man, we only know one guy.
Yeah, we only know one guy.
ठीक है. ये चैसा शेयर करो ना स्क्रीन यहाँ पे.
I just hope
I think
my
you're about to
resources
land,
don't.
right?
Okay.
You're
I am. I've just commenced my descent. Let me. Is this better if I just share the application rather than the screen? Because if I
Yeah,
share my
just share-
screen, the
just share your
resources. Yeah, because if I share my screen, even this card kind of struggles to keep up with all the beefiness.
हाँ ठीक है. वाह, perfect.
But isn't this a cool airplane, man? Come on, how can you not love
Yeah.
this?
अच्छा aircraft है ना ये, like it's
It
good
is.
to fly from A to B, right?
Absolutely perfect to fly from A to B. In fact, there is another airplane that Nali will not like me saying it, but there's another airplane that is lovely to fly from A to B, and that's the A400.
Okay.
What a beautiful airplane that was. We flew it the other day from. Oh crap! Annie, where did we fly it from?
We went from
WAS to WAP. Yeah,
WAS to
WAP to WAS or WAS to WAP. I don't know. These are two
One
cool
of-
airports
man,
that we
one of
have.
the- we went
Yeah.
one.
Really cool, man.
तो ये आप कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहे हो?
I am going from Hamburg to Toulouse. Short flight,
okay.
not too very long. Yeah, I mean, imagine this flight could have been done in about an hour and a half, and I have taken 2 hours and now approaching almost 30 minutes. Bloody hell! The stream has been going
So
on for how
how
long?
this aircraft is different from normal A320? मतलब like in terms of preparation, is it almost same?
Oh no, it is. So it's a 330. It's the XL is a derivative of the 330. So it is exactly like a 330 from the cockpit point of view. So when you step
Okay.
inside, uh, everything is a 330. The overhead is a 330. The entire the
Interesting.
displays, everything is 330. The only place where you'll find a little different than a 330 would be if you open the doors page, and you will notice that instead of a passenger airplane, it has a huge as green colored door called main cargo, and a lower cargo. It does not have the passenger type door section
Right.
selection. But apart from that, it is a 330. In the heart of it, it is exactly a 330. There is this airplane is as it is. 1014 is set. I mean, look at the scenery outside, man. Wait, I don't have a close look. Do I have one? Pilot, close.
Hey, Chinso, start recording now for landing.
I don't have a recorder. Annie is supposed to help me out with. No, sorry, Nully is supposed to help
this
me out.
simulator have inbuilt recorder, by the way.
I don't know how to use it. Do you walk me through it?
Does
How
it?
do you do it?
Yeah, FSR, like that one.
This one. What do I do?
FCR1.
What do I
Yeah.
do?
Just click record, I believe. I don't know, not now. Yeah.
Approach पे आगे करूँ. All star. Should I just press this?
Yeah. but अभी नहीं.
What is
Finals पे करो
what
ना.
is take plane control? What is flyby camera?
अरे मतलब वो फिर से आप उसको ना I think लोड करके वहाँ से आप कंट्रोल ले सकते हो. I think you can give another try for landing. This is what I think. Not sure.
Okay,
by the
I'm
way.
just pressing
okay.
record then. Recording. Do I need to? But I'm in this view for landing. Like, how do I? I'll be able to change that later on, I
वो
suppose.
बाद में देखेंगे ना. हाँ स्काई कैमरा कैमराज है
And
ना ऑप्शन वहाँ पे.
Can I
हो जाएगा.
close this, or do I minimize this, or what do I do?
Minimize.
Can I like
क्लोज
get
भी कर
this
सकते हैं
over?
आई थिंक सो. करो क्लोज एक बार देखो फिर रिकॉर्डिंग में दिखता है क्या. करो क्लोज. नाउ ओपन दिस.
I mean, it's not opening. How do I expand this? Flaps 1. On the approach. Dude, I don't know how this works. No, it's not
छोड़
expanding.
दो फिर वो उसको मिनिमाइज ही रखना था आई बिलीव. पता नहीं.
I don't know. Now it won't extend. It's not extending for some reason. I have no idea.
ठीक है छोड़ दो.
Alright,
लेट्स
Lockstar.
कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन द लैंडिंग.
Alright, Luckstar. There's the lovely runway. We're going to be landing on the right side of this. So that's the right approach. And this hunky airplane. This one is so different to control because remember, this one does not. The controls are still the same. Remember, the flight controls and all the flight control surfaces are exactly the same as the 330. So it's a little difficult to control it, but damn, it's fun to control. All right, let's get the
So
gear
this is
going.
any build, right?
This is made by INI, but it's a default airplane for MSFS 2024.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
The gear takes forever to come down. Hello, Chainsaw. How are you? Cheeky Bai has a great Cheeky Bao has a great he's teaching us now. Come on. I think he's past that learning stage now.
ठीक है. Okay, sir.
It's a fact. Alright, let's get flaps 3 and full going. Alright, let's see. Landing memo should pop up very soon. And let's get this to above. That's the runway we're going to be landing at. 1-4 right. That's the 1-4 left. That's somewhere on the right is the Airbus factory. That's the terminal for all the passengers and stuff. So, alright, cabin. There is no cabin. So this is not correct. This airplane does not have a cabin, so there is no cabin ready check here in this airplane. But yeah, let's start flying this. I have controls. Cat 3 single. And the only thing in this airplane is it is very laggy. It's like you give in a control input, and by the time that control input gets reacted, you've already drifted the other side. Cheeky, why aren't you on live yet? I don't know. His stream should start very soon. Cheeky, what are you doing today?
हाँ अभी मैं लंच के मैं लाइव आ रहा हूँ मैं भी कुछ फ्लाई करने का सोच रहा हूँ डू यू गाइस हैव एनी प्लान
Walle.
और यू गाइस वांट टू जॉइन मी द नेक्स्ट लेग
Trying to run my
I don't
sim.
know. Why don't you make a plan and tell us? Because I don't know. I may not be doing the next leg. I may be doing it for. I may be postponing it for a next time. But I don't mind flying
ठीक है.
something else for an interesting one.
या सो कुछ करते हैं बताओ हानी काका कुछ आइडिया है आपके दिमाग में तो
यार आइडिया तो बहुत सारे हैं यार.
What's
Pretty
interesting and what's something that your stream that your audience will like?
We can do.
Is there an update to the Bangkok airport?
1000.
Maybe somewhere in Southeast
मुझे ना
Asia.
5 बजे निकलना पड़ेगा 600 तो हमारे पास ज़्यादा लंबा लॉन्ग हॉल या फिर मतलब ऐसे 3 घंटे का
No.
फ्लाइंग टाइम का भी टाइम नहीं है तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि इंडिया में ही चलो एक काम करते हैं फर्स्ट अभी लैंड आप लैंड कर लो फिर बात करते हैं
Alright.
इंडिया में फ्लाई करना है आपको.
हाँ हाँ हाँ
तो
इंडिया में शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट क्या हो सकता है?
यार बट भाई कितना खूबसूरत लग रहा है देखो ना जैसा सीनरी देखो
It is, dude.
भाई
This
क्या
is
एपी के ये
beautiful. This is like actually landing in Toulouse.
वाओ so this is a handcrafted airport right Chinsa
Yeah, this one is by Flight Beam, I think. Yeah,
yeah flight beam.
Flight Beam, Toulouse.
Wow.
Flight beam
It's a
TV
really
for
nicely
all
made,
people.
and it looks impressive. It just looks beautiful, man.
400.
But imagine such a hunky dory airplane, and my approach speed is 130, a little less than 130, in fact. How cool is that?
300.
Land is checked. 100 above is checked.
200.
And it's a
Very
330,
stable
so there
approach.
is hardly any flare required for this, because 330 is, you know, they call the 330 the butter machine
100.
हाँ
because it just butters itself.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
wow oh sound
Yeah, so all those effects, spoilers, reverse screen, decel is checked. All those sounds are all innie. They've actually put audio recorders and captured all that sound, so really impressive. For reverse idle, continue the roll, and if you notice on the right side there is a sister Beluga standing.
oh
We will in fact go and park there. So
Yeah,
those are
man,
all
go,
statics on
yeah.
the scenery.
Kiki bhai, what did you learn?
What will you learn, man?
क्या लर्न करना है
लैंडिंग में.
लैंडिंग में
Yeah, I don't
स्टेबल
know if
अप्रोच
this-
कितना स्टेबल था एकदम बढ़िया
I pressed record and it is recorded, so I don't know if it has
या
worked
या
or
हो रहा
not,
है हो
but
रहा है हो
let's
रहा है
see.
अरे दिखा है ना ओपन हुआ ना वो दैट्स नाइस
Okay, wait. Let me just park the airplane so I can then you can guide me as to what to do and how to do. And I don't know if
क्या
there's a
है हमें भी नहीं
parking.
पता वो तो हम लोग मिलके कुछ करेंगे देखेंगे क्या कर
Yeah,
सकते
I have
हैं
never figured impressive landing. Thank you so much, Nile. My landings are not the best in real life or in the sim, but yeah,
हाँ,
that's
हाँ,
as best as I can
सही
do.
है, और
No,
कुछ
that's a
और कुछ बताना
fact.
चाहोगे आप
No, it's a fact. I don't shy away from. Those are the fuselage sections that those XLs carry and get here. So that's where they get. That's where they get offloaded. And the factory that's the Airbus factory. You can see the Airbus logo there.
Yeah.
But that's where the rollout happens. That's where the final airplane comes out and then parks here for deliveries to take place. And maybe
अरे
we should do a
का
tour.
सचिन साहब बीच में मुंबई एयरपोर्ट पे भी बेलुगा आया था तो कहाँ से आया था
That one had come. So this airplane can't fly very long because of the drag
Acha.
that this whole section creates. So that did a
Correct,
multiple stop entry, and that one actually, in fact, I'm not wrong, that came from Dubai World only, because
Acha.
it can't fly very long distances. Although this is a 330 and the 330 could fly almost 10 to 12 hours. But because of this whole modification, this airplane can fly only about 3 to 4 hours. So it does multiple legs, short ones, and then goes and goes wherever it wants to go. But otherwise, I think that one did close to 6 or 7 hops and finally reached Singapore. That's where the destination was, and it offloaded a few helicopters from Airbus.
Ah,
All right, sweet. Let's get in. All right, let's get the lights going. After landing, APO is started. What else? LS buttons can be fine. I hope there is a parking stand here. I just came into the apron, not checking myself. Yeah, there is one there, I think.
was the last one I think I should be on.
You can see that there is a Finnair 350, there is a Lufthansa 350, there's a Delta 350, and a United is that in the making.
Toulouse would be such a pretty place to go to.
It is. So the town is a ghost town, and when I say ghost town, I just mean to say that there's no life beyond the Airbus factory because that's what it does. But otherwise, if you're an Airbus fan or if you're a planes fanatic, you get to see so many cool things. So this is what I was talking about, Annie. You see how the nose wheel is so stubbed down because of the whole fuselage? The VDGS system can't see where the nose wheel, so the camera actually is the one that tells them where to stop.
Okay.
Which is about there.
Yeah, that is what. Okay, it comes
Yeah.
up. It covers it
Hey,
up.
sorry guys, मैं कॉल पे था. Yeah.
No worries. I just
नहीं,
finished the parking.
अच्छा रुको ना, अभी बंद मत करना, इंजन बंद मत करना, एक बार वो जाओ ना ऊपर FCR पे.
Okay. I'll just expand this. What do I
Yeah.
press? Stop record or
So,
something before or?
हाँ, करो stop.
Okay. You have control.
yeah.
It says. Does it say take control of plane or does it say fly by
अभी,
camera?
तो पीछे कर. हाँ,
Oh, wow.
अरे मेरी जान, let's go.
But why are my flaps? Oh, I think I need to put my flaps down myself.
हाँ, वो कर लो. Yes.
Oh yeah, the
I think
flaps
so.
are coming down and then.
नहीं वो
Sweet,
आ जाएंगे
I
ना
did
वहाँ
not-
पे. Flaps
Yeah,
down
they're
ही
coming
होंगे.
down. They're coming down.
Yeah.
And then
तो see
I
यार
can
ये तो चल रहा है
increase.
सही से. Chainsaw.
First time. Thank you so much. I'm lucky I was there while you were landing. Thank you so much, Nile. That's very kind of you to join in.
नीले जाना आंब्या. नीले को लो जाओ.
Why the heck? Why would you?
Ah,
Dude,
yeah.
you're so lucky that you have so many followers and people ignore. Otherwise,
Yeah, man.
अरे नीले
मतलब
जाने.
मैं तो नहीं सहता. हाँ वो
मैं तो सुन के नहीं लेता यार.
मैं तो
unsubscribe
निकल मैं तो
करता ना
genuine
जाके,
अभी ब्लॉक
आंब्या भूल गया.
ऐसे टॉक्सिक क्रिएटर का तो अनसब्सक्राइब करता.
unsubscribe and then वो क्या what is that thing do not recommend वाला सिर्फ button there's one do not recommend this stream.
ए चेंसो सुनो ना.
Yeah.
अच्छा वो वाला फ्रंट वाला व्यू रखो ना मस्त टच डाउन पे.
What is front वाला? You want this one?
अरे वो नहीं ना एक्सटर्नल बट वो सामने से आ रहा है वैसे.
I don't know. Is this the
ऐसे-
one that you
ऐसे-
want?
ऐसे, हाँ
Alright.
बस थोड़ा सा नीचे कैमरा करो और.
Like this?
हाँ बस
Okay.
हाँ like this.
So I can zoom it in just a
Wow.
tad bit. Because I'm at a huge screen, so I sometimes don't look at it the way I.
See आणि काका मस्त चल रहा है ना ये.
Not
inbuilt
bad,
feature.
huh?
ये
Yeah, it works well. I mean, I don't have.
I've never used it. Yeah, never used it.
मैंने भी कभी यूज नहीं किया. I used to afraid कि भाई क्रैश हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा.
देख रहे हो चेंसो. He got tested.
हमें सिखा रहे हैं और अब खुद ही बोल रहे हैं.
50 अरे मेरे पास 4090 नहीं है ना इसलिए मैं I used to afraid रे बाबा.
नहीं. I don't think the recording feature is so much resource hungry per se. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure, but I'm just
भाई,
guessing it.
कोई रिस्क नहीं लेना है भाई. कोई रिस्क
नहीं
नहीं
यार,
लेना है.
Yeah.
we try to lessen our ground time here, so we don't just call it.
Multi चैनो ले मस्ती में तोड़ते हैं बैकअप ही उतना ही करते हैं. I would agree with that, Nilay. I don't know if you're cheeky for reading the chat, but you're getting a lot of praises here.
कुछ नहीं रे. सब पेड़ PR है मेरा वो सारा.
Some paid PR. The check will reach to you by the end of the month.
ओहो. Oh, that's why it calls क्या auto butter or what?
The
Huh?
butter machine. Yeah,
Ah,
man.
butter
This
machine.
airplane just lands itself. There's not much that you have to do. Like it just does everything by itself.
देखो
I
ना
don't
यार
know.
क्या मस्त हुआ
Play.
recording हुआ इसका क्या सही हुआ record ये
What is the sky
How
camera?
to? I don't know what is that.
दबाओ दबाओ hands की पूरी अरे जबरदस्त ये तो अपने
I don't
highlights
know
के लिए
one.
तो
Oh,
माशाल्लाह
it's
एकदम
a flyby camera.
अरे
Fly
फ्लाईबैक कैमरा
by
करो ना
cam.
वो प्लेन स्पॉटिंग वाला कैमरा ओए
The wheels have not loaded for some reason.
हाँ नहीं हो जाएगा वो आगे 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 आगे
Wait, let me go a little back. Let me get it some time for it to
वाह
load.
वाह वाह यार सारे फीचर तो है इसमें यार तो मस्त
I
है
did
भाई
not know this. I do not know all this, dude. You're telling me all this.
भाई मुझे भी नहीं पता था मैं तो आपके इस पे अभी प्रैक्टिकल किया है
Beautiful.
ओहो ब्यूटीफुल यार
This airplane is a beauty. Damn. Isn't a bit of audio.
Damn.
डग 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 डग। अच्छा है यार।
Pretty cool, huh? Take control
By
of
the way,
plane. I don't know
Chinsa,
what
जब
that
मुंबई आया
means.
था ना तो मैं निलय और हम सब लोग ना we went to चैतन्य दादर चैतन्य you should visit that restaurant bro like
Oh, you didn't go to
कौन-
NavGP?
अरे वो नहीं मैं चैतन्य गया था आपने जो बोला वहाँ नहीं गया था मैं
हाँ,
वो भी ट्राई करूंगा अभी अगली बार
Navjeevani beats Chaitanya.
क्या बात कर रहे हो
Yeah, that is why I told you.
How do I get rid
अरे नहीं
of
वो
the
थोड़ा सा ना
recording
दूर पड़
feature
रहा
and
था
go
आनिका
back
का
to
वहाँ
my?
जहाँ पे थे ना हम लोग
Ah, okay, no worries. I'm just saying I've tried that also.
तो आप चैतन्य भी ट्राई किया हो ना so you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like ना कोंकणी food
Yeah, I am Konkani.
अरे आनिका का is कोंकणी holies the molies
I enjoy seafood to another level. Like I got like diarrhea once because
Diarrhea of all the things.
yeah, because I
Oh,
had
damn.
hot chocolate and then I ate fish.
Okay,
क्या
for some
करें?
reasons.
ऐसे एक A350 मार ले कर ले क्या A350 का आनिका का
Hey, by the way, have you
Marzu,
updated your
मैं-
A350? Okay,
मैं
for some reason
320
my
पे जाऊंगा,
engines won't go
321.
off now. How do I put my engines off?
भी कर दो आप नॉर्मल जैसे करते वैसे
Yeah, they're off, but they're not going off in the sim.
भाई कोई बात नहीं वो
Is this?
ग्राउंड स्टाफ आके बंद करके जाएगा आप निकलो आप उतर जाओ
I don't know. The engines look shut from here, so. Okay, so now let me put the beacon off and let me put my fuel pumps off. Quick, and this is done. And what else do I have to do? Yeah, I have to just open the huge cargo. No, where do I do that? From here. Yeah, toggle GPU, toggle chocks, open the front cargo, access ladder, and we can see the huge hunky cargo door open. That little ladder there, that's where the pilots and the engineers enter the airplane from. This does not have a door like a passenger airplane for people
Oh.
to enter from, so that's where they enter from. And this huge hunky cargo door that will
so
open
you
up
are not sitting too tall हाँ आप काफी नॉर्मल इस पोजीशन पे बैठे हुए हो
for where in the airplane or
या in cockpit
no, so this
Initially,
is
I
in
thought
fact
we
a
used to
lowered
use it-
position.
या load position
Yeah, this is a lowered position. That's where the two fuselages are there inside.
wow
Fuselage section, sorry.
गजब यार
I don't think I can.
350 उड़ाना है क्या?
हाँ यार मैं सोच रहा था कि एक छोटा सा 350 का ये सबसे पहली फ्लाइट कौन सी थी 350 की जो स्वप्निल ने भी की थी मुंबई बैंगलोर थी ना वो
You want to do Air India Ops or you want to do Emirates Ops? Emirates also
हाँ ना,
flies.
हाँ, अरे तो अभी मेरे को इंडियन एयरपोर्ट पे ही करना है ना
हाँ, then
So you can do
this is-
Bangalore. They operated on Bombay, Bangalore, and Hyderabad sectors.
हाँ हाँ हाँ
क्योंकि भाई इसको बोलते हैं Alfonso Mango Landing. I don't know what the reference is on that Nilay, but I'm sure you'll get it.
छोड़ दो इग्नोर करता मैं कमेंट्स को haters है यार सबके सब.
Haters. All right, people. Thank you so much for joining me for today's flight. I'm gonna connect with you guys again soon, hopefully, and finish the next leg from Toulouse to Liverpool. And thank you for everyone joining us here for this flight. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Good day.
Bye.